morning, everyone. World Earth Day is coming up, which is held at 22 April. World Earth Day is a day meant to increase awareness of environmental problems, but it is also becoming a popular time for many communities to gather to clean up litter, plant trees, or simply reflect on the beauty of nature. We are here to discuss the workshops that can carry out on World Earth Day. What is your opinion, Agnes?
In my opinion, the Eco School may be one of the workshops to carry out on World Earth Day. Based on Green Growth Asia Organization, Eco School is the largest global sustainable school program. It is a fundamental education-based initiative which encourages students to engage in their environment. Eco School workshops give the IPG students an opportunity to actively protect the environment through an eco project that they identify, design, and implement in their local area through their school. The eco school starts in the classroom and it expands to the school, eventually bringing a change in the community. Through this program, students experience a sense of achievement and being able to have a say in the environmental management of their school. Eco School Center on engaging with the next generation through action-based learning to change their mindset. Here is just a brief idea about the Eco School workshop. Do you agree with me, Jingro?
I totally agree with you. Eco School Workshop is a charity passionate about engaging young people in environmental education and action. We can do this by providing a simple framework that guides and motivates students to drive change and improve environmental awareness in their school, local community, and beyond. After completing the process, school can then apply for Eco School Green Flag accreditation, which recognizes, rewards, and celebrates the environmental achievement of IPG students. This Eco School workshop can inspire students to take action towards economically, socially, and environmentally.
By the Eco School workshop, we can organize many activities. One of the activities that can be carried out during the Eco School workshop is forming groups of students in IPG to carry out an environmental reviews that help the school to identify the current environmental impact and highlights the good, the bad, and the ugly. The purpose of the activity is to investigate the environmental issues in our school. After identifying the environmental issues in the school compound, the group of students may come up with the main themes of environment issue. Thus, the action plan can be created. The students have an opportunity to discuss in each of the groups to resolve the environmental problems and improve the environment in the school compound. The solution given by each of the groups is then can be carried out in the workshop.
Yes, that's right. The activity of making the sign at the school compound can be carried out in the workshops. For example, the sign of a reminder to turn off the switch when they are not in use is one of the solutions to avoid waste and protect our environment. Sometimes a small reminder can change one's habit. Students in IPG may always think about what they can do for the environment. Besides, the other activity that can be carried out in the Eco School workshops is a pollution experiment. This activity may help students in IPG understand the consequences of not protecting the earth. A biodiversity campaign also can be organized in the workshop to emphasize the importance of protecting nature. In the workshops, the progress and the results of monitoring are always updated by the students involved from time to time. The situation of the environment also can be evaluated. Thus, the public awareness of students involved will be increased. What do you think, Agnes?
This sounds good. Eco School workshop can make our school sustainable and to bring about behavior change in students. It can be encouraged both school actions on sustainable development issues. Not only that, it inspires and empowers students to take action towards environmentally by helping them develop responsible attitudes and commitment. This workshop will increase their participation in environmental action. For example, they will improve their knowledge about action of protecting Earth. This will improve their mental and physical well-being. The Eco-School workshop must be organized. It is an opportunity to have a strong international network of institutions involved in our school within the country and around the world. The students also widen their learning beyond the classroom. The Eco-School workshop will help to raise the biodiversity awareness among IBG students in charge of green areas.
I agree with you. The Eco-School activity also can link to the curriculum to ensure that Eco-School is truly integrated within the school community. By the Eco-School workshop, the environmental issue in our school can be determined by the students themselves and knowing how bad the environmental situation is in our school area. The Eco-School also will increase the awareness of IBG students about environmental issues. But I think that the Edible Garden workshop also can be carried out on the World Earth Day to increase public awareness. This is because creating an edible garden can bring many effects such as saving money on grocery, enjoying the freshest possible product, promoting students to a healthy diet and lifestyle, and reducing the environmental impact. We can share the knowledge about how to create an edible garden to the student. Firstly, an essential component of creating an edible garden starts with soil. Composting can provide the garden with the right balance of vitamins and minerals to flourish. Then, students should know the tools and techniques that suitable for creating edible garden. Creating and caring for the garden can be a breeze if they use the right tools and learn the techniques. Besides that, students also should develop the knowledge about seeds, seedlings, and transplanting. Students will learn the different requirements to prepare seeds and seedlings as well as propagating for success. Lastly, students also should know how to map their edible garden. Designing the edible garden is one of the most fun steps in the gardening process. This can promote students to create their own edible garden and preserve the environment efficiently.
When the student decides to plant an edible plant, the first thing they need to think about is the climate where the planting of edible plants is carried out. Students may choose the edible plant that suits the local climate. Before planting the edible plant, they can identify what their favorite fruits, vegetables, herbs, and other edible plants are. When planting what they love to eat, it helps them to feel enthusiasm for the gardening project. Besides, students always may choose the edible plant that they like to see and smell. They also can identify the quantity of the edible plant needed in their life. For example, the requirement of herb use in daily life is only a small amount. Thus, students may choose the other edible plant which has a large usage in daily life for the gardening project. Seasonality also is one of the points that need to be considered when planning to plant an edible plant. The labels on the seedlings will give an idea about the best time to grow the edible plant. Furthermore, the vegetables and fruits which are rarely found in the shops are also a good choice for the students to choose as the edible plant. The edible plants will become available for daily usage. Do you agree with me, Agnes?
I agree with that. Edible gardening activity can be very important to the environment. Plants filter pollutants, absorb carbon dioxide, release oxygen to students. Gardening has many health and durability benefits and can be enjoyed by everyone. With gardening, IBG students can release their stress from heavy homework and assignments. They can enjoy gardening with friends. According to the research, when people are exercising, their brain will release neurotransmitter called endorphin. This may help them to feel relaxed and reduce their stress level. Apart from that, they can build out their creativity in mind. With some planning and thought, They can create an interesting, productive, and pleasant space they can use as an edible garden. We can prepare the flower seeds for the students and ask them to separate into several groups. Then they can plant the seeds together. We also don't have to worry about the space as an edible garden can be started in a small area. Courtyards, balconies, porches, and very small gardens are all suitable sites. They also can plant directly into the ground as long as there is sunlight to grow the plant. For the pot, we can reuse the things like old well barrels, plastic bottles, or any recycled container. All these things are great because they are easily obtained and easy to move.
We can also share some tips that can help students to create successful edible garden for them. For example, students must remove weeds regularly, as weeds will rob the soil of valuable nutrients and will compete with the crops. Besides that, they should also rotate crops regularly to make sure that the soil retains nutrients and the risk of disease is reduced. Students can also use non-chemical remedies such as garlic and chili spray or smoke to ward off pests. Students also must be recommended to use organic fertilizer and mulch to conserve water during gardening.
Seems like an edible gardening workshop is quite good, huh?
Yes, it is.
I think we also can organize fashion design workshop on World Earth Day. The students involved may design the clothes on the theme of protecting the environment. The acrylic pen can be used to draw the design and picture on the clothes. Once primed with gesso, acrylic can be blended on any surface such as fabric and clay. A sealer such as varnish will be applied to the acrylic to make the acrylic pen waterproof. Thus, the design that draws on the clothes will last longer. After painting the clothes, the students involved can display their design. The design of clothes which is suited to the theme of World Earth Day will be chosen as the winner. By the fashion design workshop, the idea of protecting the environment will be displayed in our school compound. The clothes will remind people to think about being environmental friendly.
I do see your point, but I think that fashion design workshop is not suitable to carry out at school during World Earth Day. This is because the acrylic paint is very expensive. Many students cannot afford to buy the paint. Maybe we can find another workshop that only requires cheaper materials to carry out the activity but is still interesting.
Hang on. I think we can considering about recycled clothes workshop. It will be the one suitable workshop for World Earth Day. This is because recycled fashion workshop can give people an opportunity to think creative. For example, we can organize activity for young people to design their own clothes. They can have hands-on experience of the fashion and design process. This is one of the points to attract the young people. But most importantly, they can turn their old clothes into stylish new one. Then the clothes will not be wasted. Clothes are hard to recycle. According to the research in BBC Future, they estimated to throw away around 37 kilograms of clothes every year. And globally, an estimated 92 million tons of textiles waste is created each year, and the equivalent to a rubbish truck full of clothes ends up in landfill sites every second. By 2030, they are expected as a whole to be discarding more than 134 million tons of textiles a year. I think Agnes will like it, huh?
In my personal opinion, I think this workshop will be fun. I like to design clothes, and I have so many amateur clothes. It definitely can save my money to buy new clothes. Anyway, the main reason that I agree with recycled clothes workshop is that clothing made from organic materials such as cotton cannot be broken down in soil. The organic materials are biodegradable. When people throw their amateur clothes in the landfill, the bacteria underground will undergo anaerobic respiration because of lack of oxygen to decompose the clothes. As a result, the anaerobic respiration will produce a chemical substance called methanol. Produced consistently and uncontrollably, methane escapes in the atmosphere, harming our air quality and our planet.
I see your point. The process of producing clothing using a high amount of energy. Every piece of clothing you are wearing has gone through a complex manufacturing process that uses a high amount of electricity, water, and other energy sources. Recycling clothes save energy by reducing or eliminating the need to make material from scratch. Similarly, when you package recycled clothes, you are playing a role in reducing the volume of fast fashion. Besides that, it also can reduce costly consumerism. Students should not be materialistic. Designing old clothes and shop less will prevent students from participating in costly consumerism, or more importantly, costly waste. This can make a personal impact on the wastefulness and costliness of the textile industry.
Probably we can just make it simple. We can ask the students to donate their clothes. It takes only a few seconds more than it does to toss them in the trash. All they need to do is pack the clothes in the bags and pass the clothes to us. We can collect and take the clothes away. It's also an effort to help the environment and those in need. Further, we can invite a lecturer to give an inspirational motivational talk. The students will know how they go far in life with patience, creativity, and perseverance, no matter how difficult their background. From all the aspects I listed, I suggest a recycled clothes workshop can be organized on World of Day. They will learn the technique of communication. When the group starts working on their ideas, trying out the materials and experimenting with techniques like creating a new product by hand making, during the process, they will figure out many ways on how to reuse the unwanted things.
I appreciate your opinion. I think that the mud ball workshop is also suitable to be carried out on the World Earth Day to increase public awareness. The purpose of this workshop is to educate students the importance of protecting rivers and clean water resources and create awareness of conserving rivers among parents, schools, and communities. Besides that, it also lets students take responsibility for protecting the river by making mud ball. This may also help to raise student awareness of river pollution issue in Malaysia and how students can play their role in solving the problem efficiently. The mud ball that can be made to clean the water resources is the effective microorganism mud ball. It also can be known as the EM mud ball. Firstly, we can organize a short introduction talk on the water pollution issue and how mud ball helps in reducing the water pollution. Then, we can teach them how to make the EM mud ball. For making the EM mud ball, we can provide material which are clayey soil, EM bokashi, activated EM, deep tray, container, newspaper, and water pot for them to make the mud ball. What do you think, Agnes?
I think you are right. I agree with the mud ball workshop. Population growth has contributed to an increased number of water consumption and the level of water pollution in Malaysia. Water pollution is a real environmental issue, with more and more rivers and lakes being polluted. Domestic sewage, toxic waste, and sediment are the main source of water pollution. The domestic sewage in river causes dissolved oxygen content of water depleted and endangers the quality of river water. At the same time, toxic wastes are always poisonous, radioactive, explosive, and carcinogenic. It contributes to the water pollution when the toxic waste is drawn into the river, as 98% of water is from rivers. The continual river pollution may enhance the water supply in Malaysia.
That's true. They must know more about organic farming and the principle of organic farming through the organic tour. Through Mudball Workshop, they can learn about effective microorganism and its benefits toward our environment. Also, we can save the money to invite people to teach us on how to do the mud ball. We can do it by ourselves. We can watch YouTube. There must be some videos showing us the procedure on doing the mud ball in detail. We can get mud in our school field. It can save us money, and the budget would be cheaper than expected.
You are right. The way to make a large amount of EM mud ball is simple. Based on the EM Research Organization, the first step to make EM mud ball is mixing soil with EM bokashi in deep tray. Then add as much activated EM as the mixture becomes moisture enough to be rolled. Next, roll a handful of mixtures into a bowl. After that, cover the bottom of container with newspaper and put the mud ball in it. Students must keep the container out of direct sunlight and strong wind to avoid getting dry too fast. The mud ball will be ready to be used when their surface are covered with white fungus. Then the EM mud ball can be thrown into the river. Mud balls that are enriched with EN will slowly break down when applied to rivers and lakes, allowing EM to escape into the water. It will inhibit the growth of algae and break down any sludge and sleet in the water, resulting in clear and healthy water. The EM, which is the effective microorganism, is made up of beneficial and highly efficient organisms. These microorganisms are not harmful. They are non-pathogenic. They are not genetically modified, whereas they are chemically synthesized. As a result, students can learn the importance of protecting rivers by using mud ball, and large number of mud ball also can be produced to protect the water resource.
I agree with both of you. It is another simple way to make the mud ball, which is an enzyme mud ball. For making the enzyme mud ball, we can make the enzyme solution by mixing kitchen waste with brown sugar and water. Then, make the enzyme mud ball by mixing the enzyme solution into soil and move them into a mud ball. The mud ball will take 2 weeks to dry before they can be thrown into the river. The chemical reaction started by the enzyme mud ball will break down the pollutants such as grease and toxic into neutral particles, thus the river is clean.
Eco School workshops, edible garden workshops, recycled clothes workshop, and mud ball workshops. All of the workshops suggested are good and interesting, especially the edible garden workshops and eco school workshops. Eco school workshops may help the students experience and understand the ways to resolve environmental issues step by step. Besides, I also agreed with the edible garden because gardening not only gives a chance for IPG students to increase awareness to the environmental issue, but it is also a chance for them to relax. But other workshops are also nice. So which of the workshop we choose for word of day?
Mud ball workshop will be the one I suggested because it can raise awareness of students to protect the water resources. Besides that, the issue of river pollutants can arouse wide concern. Furthermore, we can plan an activity by organizing a campaign to the river. We can throw the EM mud ball that we make into the river to clean up the river. I have an idea about it. We can call this program Greening Johor Program Mud Ball Throwing. Lecturers can also join us. We can take some beautiful photos there.
Yes, the mud ball workshop is good, but from my point of view, the recycle clothes workshop also can be chosen. Recycle clothes workshop may bring the public awareness about the action to protect the environment can be done by the clothes that we wear every day. People are concerned about the environmental issue, but they have no idea what to do with that. In my opinion, the Recycle Clothes workshop will give an inspiration to the students on the action of protecting the environment. They might think about other ways of things to be recycled in daily life. The habit of recycling can be formed among the students.
So, let's bring the discussion to the end. We need to choose 2 of the workshops and organize the workshops chosen on Word of Day. It seems that 3 of us agree with the mud ball workshops and the recycled clothes workshop. Does anyone have anything else to say?
No, I think that two of the workshop will respond to the goals of World Earth Day successfully.
How about Agnes?
I also think the marble workshop and the recycled clothes workshop will be the best choice for World Earth Day.
Thank you for your contribution.